Hi.
Hi.
I need to get some clarity about racism. And, you know, it's real uncomfortable for me even to talk about it here.
Thank you for your courage.
I'm still running into white people who get confused about who and what I am.
Yes.
And I've gone into restaurants and not been served, and it's not my imagination. And if I talk about the terror, then I'm told, you got a chip on your shoulder. If I don't figure out how to heal this fear, that I am going to be living by limitations. But this fear has sometimes, I've seen my sons beaten based on what they look like. Is that my imagination?
No. Did you write a worksheet?
Yes.
Let's get the job done.
You may come up there?
Sure. I'm not afraid of your fear.
Okay.
White people are scary.
White people are scary.
Is that true?
Yes.
So good. So now let's take it another step. White people are scary. Can you absolutely know that it's true, that it is they that are scaring you?
I'm not sure. There's a part of me that wants to say yes, and there's a part of me that wants to say it's all I've ever been told.
And how do you react when you think the thought, white people are scary, and you walk into a whole camp of them? So describe in your life, from the time you were a little girl, how you react when you think the thought, they scare me.
They scare me, they kill me. They scare me, they kill me, they hang us.
Yes. And how do you treat white people and yourself when you think the thought, they are scary?
I become paralyzed inside. I pretend that I'm okay, but I get a knot in my stomach, or I get pissed off and angry. I go into survival mode.
Yeah. And who would you be, Angel, growing up, that little girl all the way up, who would you be without the thought, white people are scary?
I would be able to go anywhere I wanted to go. I would be an A student. I would be free. I could go in any part of the neighborhood when I was growing up without any fear that somebody was going to say, don't come here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to second thought where I sat or how I said something.
So what I'm learning from you is it's what you were believing that was causing the stress and the smallness of your life, not whitey.
Yes.
Let's turn it around. White people are scary. Turned around.
White people are not scary?
Yeah.
Is that what the turnaround is?
Yeah, or what's the opposite of scary? Comforting?
Comforting.
Okay, white people are comforting.
White people are comforting.
So give me an example.
I've never said that sentence before.
We're entering another paradigm. White people are comforting. Give me an example. In your life, as you look back at your life. Yeah, has to be.
I have extraordinary loving and caring clients who are white, who are respectful.
And comforting?
And comforting. They love me.
And is it comforting?
But there's a part of me that doesn't want to believe it.
It doesn't matter. It's comforting.
It's comforting.
No matter what your mind, it's comforting. Give me another example in your life where white people have been comforting. You see, we're stepping into reality here.
When I boycotted in my high school for a black teacher in Black History course, I was threatened, and a white priest put his life out on the line for me. We got the black teacher. Yeah. Another white woman's house was spray painted "nigger lover." And today, that was in 1971, she emails me. She calls me her second daughter.
Yeah. That's comforting.
Yes, that's comforting.
Another example, white people are comforting.
My mentor, my sponsor, is a white woman who sometimes says, she says, "Your rage has really run me around the world, but I love you." You know?
You probably comfort her.
And she's still in my life.
Yeah.
You know, she's always in my life.
Yeah. White people are comforting.
White people are comforting.
So look in those situations growing up. Find a moment in that little girl's life, in your life. Those examples are everywhere, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. When I'm not thinking with the blinders on, when I'm not thinking with grandma's story.
When you're questioning the thoughts, this can pour into your life without limit. Mm-hmm. So white people are scary.
Mm-hmm. And I'm scary too. Black people are scary too.
Yeah, so examples, black people are scary.
Well, they're scary because they get mad at me for working with white people.
That would be one.
That's one.
I have one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Would you like to hear it? Mm-hmm. Your grandmother.
Oh, yeah, forgot her. Oh, she just kept telling me, "I'm going to get killed. I'm going to die. You're going to get killed from verbalizing."
Black people are scary.
They're scary because they're scared. Their fear is scary.
Oh, let's see. White people are scary because
their fear. And black people are afraid because
we're losing color
here.
Fear.
Yeah. And when you said there's a part of me that I don't know if I'm going to give up all that. I'm holding on.
Yeah, it's like, how could I suffer? Without that, how could I suffer?
Yeah. Because I got to give up my identity.
It's going fast. Yeah. You know, at some stage, we can't get it back. Yeah. We outgrow it. We outgrow that identity. We find ourselves as a kinder human being, mm-hmm. therefore a different identity, mm-hmm. because it's authentic.
Yes. It's like we have all these different flowers.
And it is what it is.
Thank you.
Equally beautiful. And there are no differences in our true nature.
Yes.
And the work is the test for that. It is the litmus test for that, for anyone whose mind is open to it. I have a 9-day school for the work, mm-hmm. and I'd love you to come be my guest. I would love that.
Thank you.
And there we do a whole thing on prejudice, and it is so powerful. Hopefully, between you and me and everyone here, we can end it.
Yes.
And thank you.
Thank you.
I really do, because it's you.
Your walk. I said, I'm not letting these skinny women be in front of me and leave me behind. I've walked hard to get to this point, so I was resenting them. You know, it's like, get out of my way. I was pissed off. I wanted to walk them down, and then all of a sudden, I was walking with Martin Luther King. I was like hallucinating, Then I was saying, I hope there's no drive-by shooting this morning, because they're gonna get me. I'm in LA. Do I have the right colors on? I keep staring at my roommate and not saying anything to her, and I keep thinking she's saying this little angry black woman's gonna cuss me out. I keep wanting to say, I'm sorry I looked all pissed off and crazy, and you know, and rolling around in the bed and all this stuff. So I'm discharging. You know, I'm an addict. You got me in withdrawal. So you need to be careful. I'm pissed off at my father because he was so fucked up. He was a fucked up bad father.
He was a bad father.
Okay.
Is it true?
Yes.
He was
a bad father.
I hear it. He was a bad father.
He was a bad father.
Can you absolutely know that it's true? He was a bad father.
Yes.
Good. And how do you react? What happens when you think the thought he was a bad father?
Just totally disappointed. Angry. Numb. Depressed.
And who would you be without the thought he's a bad father?
Just a lighter life, a happier life, a life that feels more potentially positive.
He's a bad father. Turn it around.
He's a good father.
Give me an example. He's a good father.
He bought New York hot dogs in Pittsburgh for me to eat.
Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it.
That
He
was
did.
Nice. Yeah.
He did.
Yes.
Give me another example.
He bought me clothes for school. He went to work all the time. Oh, he grinned when he got drunk.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Give me another example. He was a good father.
I just keep repeating. I just start getting irritated at you.
What? Yeah.
It's almost like you want me to lie or something. That's all I can come up with. He went to work. He bought me clothes. He bought food. He grinned when he was drunk. And I would have to make up something to figure out something else good about him. He was alive.
Or or it's like you'd have to make up something to go further or get very, very still.
Yeah.
He was a bad father. Can you find another turnaround?
I was a bad daughter. I stopped speaking to him. I was a bad daughter.
So let's slow it down.
Okay.
You stopped speaking to him.
I stopped speaking to my father. So I was a bad daughter.
Just experience it. That's the invitation. Can you find another example?
I resented him.
And how did you let him know it?
By not smiling when I saw him. Just acted like he didn't exist.
Honey, feel them.
I don't know how to feel it. I just want it real easy. I want to get it over today. I want to,
You ignored your father and he left you alone.
Yeah, he just went off and died.
Okay. So what would a good father do if he was alcoholic? And I'm asking kind of like from another place. It's like I'm still at an example of he was a good father.
He stayed away. He kept a distance. He's a good father.
Which allowed you
allowed
to
me
be who you are.
Yes.
Without that in your life. And he went to work, and he bought your clothes, and he paid child support, and allowed you to grow up. For alcoholics, that's not an easy thing.
No. All right, I get it.
I will give you something to test. You love him. And you miss him. And there's nothing you can do about that. You can't win that one.
Yeah,
He's a bad.
Yeah.
And every time you didn't speak to him, and you hurt you because you cost you the love of your life.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get away with it. And when you answer these questions and you sit in it, it's like you're blowing your own minds and it leaves the heart.
What hit me after the work before lunch is I could get in touch with my broken heart. and that I really, really, really love my father,
Yeah.
and that I really, really, really miss him,
Yeah.
and that I really feel sad that for whatever reason, he didn't have the resources to make it back to him so he can make it back to me. And it put me in the position where I can grieve it and let it go,
Yeah.
instead of it holding on to me in the form of anger or rage or hating men or my bad dad. My father wasn't bad, he was wounded. He had lost himself way before I was born. And if I can hold on to that reality, I can have a soft heart.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone from Ireland about black this, and he's saying, no history, don't be, forget the history. And I'm saying, fuck you. I'm not forgetting the history because the history's still happening today. So where am I stuck? Where am I confused with my collective understanding and then my personal story and then stuff that's still happening today when I go back to Texas?
Things that happened to you have happened to every color. Every color. You are not a color. You're beyond that. There's mind and then there's body. And the way mind stays identified, falsely identified, is exactly what we're talking about. I'm black, you're white, you're tall, you're short. Comparison again. Comparison. I'm a cup, I'm quiet, I'm minding my own business. Hot, scald me, I did nothing to deserve that. You are sick, you are perverted. If you were a cup like me, you'd understand how to treat me. You don't love me. You don't care about my feelings. And it's because I look different, definitely too round. Got a handle, all the lines going in me. It's not fair. It should be like this one. But no. Mind identified as a cup. That's what it goes through. And when you really love your people and you stop fearing for them, it's when you've stopped fearing for yourself and you love yourself, and then everyone, it's like the oddest thing happens. Everyone is your people, without exception.
The thing I am most ashamed of is how I punished and beat my sons. I killed my black boy's spirit. I traumatized my son. I scared them to death. I broke my son's heart. I beat them to keep them alive. I was afraid of them. I shamed and humiliated them because they were black boys, so I could condition them to stay alive in America. I castrated my sons so they could get ready for the bigger castration. It was a tradition.
So you broke your son's spirit. Your son's spirit. Can you absolutely know that it's true that it is you that broke their spirit?
No.
How do you react when you think the thought, I broke my son's spirit?
My heart breaks. I feel sad, depressed, angry, rage-filled, lonely, scared, mistrusting of everybody, hateful, resentful, hate this country, this culture.
Imagine your life without the thought, I broke their spirits.
I would assume they could take care of their business.
Okay, and look more closely. Aren't they?
Yes. I feel lighter, like, I can go take care of my life.
And don't you think they're not going to appreciate it?
Yes.
I broke my son's spirits. Turn it around.
I didn't break my son's spirit. I was a good role model for him. I showed them the world. I exposed them to all different cultures, preferences. Everybody is in their life.
I broke their spirits. Can you find another turnaround?
I broke their spirit.
There's you. I broke
my spirit. Oh, every time I hurt my son, I hurt my own spirit. Every time I beat my son, I beat my own spirit. Every time I disrespected my son's spirit, I disrespected my spirit.
In the name of your country, you broke your spirit.
In the name of my country, I broke my spirit. I kind of feel icky saying that, but...
Well, you know, we turn out to be that country we loathe.
Yeah.
It's like everything you're afraid your country's going to do to your sons, you did.
Yes.
Which you said right from the beginning.
Yeah. I got to them before the country got to them. So I broke my spirit before the country broke my spirit.
And has the country beaten your sons and talked to them the way you did?
Yes and no. I mean, yes.
Give me an example.
Well, my oldest son was beaten by the police. They called him a nigger. They mutilated his penis. He didn't recognize me when I went to pick him up. He's still traumatized from that at 32. He did 13 years of prison, and the torture went on. So that happened in this society in Texas.
And was that this country, or was it
was the
an
police.
individual, a few individuals, or was it this country?
Well, realistically, it was a few individuals.
Okay, realistically is what we're looking for.
Okay.
We're looking for the truth. It's not the entire country, it's those individuals. What were you believing before you beat your sons?
That I had to do it because they're black boys and they're going to be raised up in this country.
You sound like the policeman you're describing. I had to do it because they're black boys.
Yes, they're black boys.
And I have to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Teach them.
Know when to smile and when not to smile, how to shuffle, the whole
You
act.
sound like the police.
Yes.
That's what they're thinking. That's no new stressful thoughts. You believe them, they believe them. Where's it going to end? In you, or it's not going to end?
It ends with me.
Everything you're experiencing on the other side of that is what the police that did that are trying to hold back.
This is the work that I've been working on since yesterday in reference to my apologies to white people.
So white people, would you please stand?
My dear white people, I apologize for the ongoing harmful and hurtful things that I've done to you throughout my whole life. Number one, I apologize for consistently assuming that you were inherently less than human and that there would never be a possibility for you to ever change based on my rules. I apologize for the emotional abuse that you have had to endure, the humiliation and the terror because of my rage. I apologize.
the humiliation and the terror based on my shaming, based on my disdain and hatred, based on everything that I could not touch my own truth with. I apologize. Every time you were in my presence, I put you down. I apologize. I apologize, dear, my dear white brothers and sisters. I apologize for never allowing you to just be okay, to make it right based on my addiction to my own rage and revenge and punishment. Dear white brothers and sisters, I am so sorry. I apologize, and I am so grateful for you loving me within my insanity and risking your life to keep me alive. I am so sorry for you providing me with food and clothing and shelter when I was homeless. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Thank you. I love 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 us. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for opening this door for me. Thank you.
Thank you for opening that door for the world. That possibility, it's beyond a possibility now. Sweetheart, would you stand again, please, and the same thing again, only to black people. I want you to experience it this way, to see what also is true.
Dear black people, black brothers, black sisters, I apologize for the ongoing harmful things, hurtful things that have done to you throughout my whole life. I apologize for consistently assuming that you were inherently less than human and there would never be a person or the possibility for you to change based on my rules. Dear black men, black women, black children, black families, slave and non-slave. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize for the emotional abuse that you have had to endure, the humiliation and the terror because of my rage, the humiliation and the terror and the shaming based on my disdain and hatred of everything about you. Every time you were in my presence, I hurt you. I apologize. I am so sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I am so sorry, dear black men, black women, black children, black aunties and uncles and babies and slave and non-slave. From the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I am I am so sorry. I love you. Thank you.
It's your truths that have set you free from the things that you've worked on, and it's just a beginning. School starts the moment you leave school. And life is the school you're stepping into. And it will give you everything you need.